Alright, we're going to KFC now. We're going to KFC, baby. We're going to KFC, baby. K-fucking-C, y'all. What's that, booger piece? What's that, y'all? What's that, y'all?
Two weeks next week, wasn't it? I think we're away up Steve, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
So what to do is I've got a thing that we go right here.
Yeah, let's put it in the cars.
A nation-building project.
You're going somewhere.
Nice.
Meanwhile, Malcolm Turnbull has questioned the South Australian Premier's state of mind. It follows a bizarre news conference in which a bitter Jay Weatherall and Federal Energy Minister Josh Frydenberg tore each other to shreds. More from Joel Drive.
Like any fair fight, it started with a handshake. Federal Minister Josh Frydenberg in Adelaide for an energy announcement, ambushed by South Australian Premier Jay Weatherall and
Crash tackle us.
weeks of simmering state versus federal tensions over power blackouts boiling over live on television.
It's a disgrace the way that your government has treated our state as the most...
Well, one day there's going to be a big blackout and it'll take months and months to get up and then
It was
never
ugly,
get there.
it was awkward, I haven't finished, and there was nowhere to hide.
I've got to say, there's a little boy to be standing here next to a man that's been standing up with his Prime Minister, bagging South Australia on his watch.
Bang,
Lights went out. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times.
The Prime Minister even joined in from afar in an extraordinary swipe at the Premier.
The Premier's conduct spoke volumes about the Premier's state of mind at the moment.
The verbal battle ceased only when the men parted ways.
Extremely disappointed. Seeing pretty childish behaviour by the Premier.
It's likely that won't be the end of hostilities. Joel Dry, 9 News.
A former contestant on reality TV show The Bachelor has faced court charged with trafficking the drug ice. Live to crime reporter Alexis Dace for the exclusive details. Lexi, what can you tell us?
Good evening, people. Georgia Tripos has fronted court late this afternoon, charged with trafficking amphetamine and cocaine after police arrested her yesterday afternoon. Now, detectives swooped on a real estate agency in Mount Waverley where the former Bachelor contestant and her friend work. Police first arrested the co-accused before arresting Georgia at a residential address. Now, the allegation is that the pair has been running a drug syndicate, selling drugs online on Craigslist for some months. In court this afternoon, the magistrate did grant the former TV personality bail. Her parents offered $100,000 as a bail surety, and Georgia did appear to be listening quite intently to the proceedings as they unfolded in court, and she looked over at her mum as her mum gave evidence in the stand. This former contestant will front court again here, Pete, on July 7th. Back to you.
Thanks, Lexi. Dozens of international performers have been left high and dry after the Great Moscow Circus cancelled its show in Ballarat. The company went into liquidation earlier this week, leaving crews and contractors without pay. Here Tai reports.
After 50 years of entertaining, the Great Moscow Circus has gone into liquidation and staff are feeling ripped off. Brazilian clown Wallison Moo is among a dozen international performers left stranded and without pay in Ballarat.
We just stuck it here and nobody come and don't tell us anything.
Edgeley Attractions, which runs the circus, went bust earlier this week, with liquidators moving in on Tuesday.
Basically, there's no money and we're going into liquidation and you've got to fend for yourself and here's a bit of paper and put in a claim.
Yes, it does take a little bit of time. Yes, they will get their money.
The company blamed unforeseen circumstances, including a softening of sales in the current market. Mark Edgeley insists everyone will be paid.
Can you just tell us if people will get paid or...
Yeah, 100%. 100%, yes.
Crew and contractors say they are owed tens of thousands of dollars in wages.
Not the best, you know, we're having to live out of each other's cupboards and try and combine our food and just survive. That's what a circus family does. We try not to leave anyone high and dry.
But for these four-legged performers, they have been looked after. The contractors have been lucky enough to find work elsewhere. The Joys are joining another circus.
Very disappointing, I think. The show was a good show.
The South Australian leg of the tour has also been cancelled, and while all ticket holders will receive a full refund, these performers say they've been left feeling shortchanged.
Money to go home.
People will be paid 100%.
When though?
Next couple of days.
Next couple of days?
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
That's from the tickets. No, I can't speak to you.
Neri Tai, 9 News.
Geelong captain Joel Selwood has broken his silence after losing his licence and a lucrative club sponsor for speeding last month. Selwood was centre stage today as the AFL captains gathered to kick off the new season. Corey Norris joined them.
In the middle of the hallowed turf, the game's 18 skippers, among them 7 first-timers and a sprinkling of veterans. In terms of role models, these men are top dogs, although Joel Selwood's in the doghouse.
Shouldn't have been doing it. You know, it doesn't matter what circumstance I was doing. It's a road rule, and I should have been better.
Selwood lost his licence after being clocked 27 kilometres over the speed limit 2 weeks ago. The TAC pulled its sponsorship off the Cats, and for Selwood, there's a bit more pain to come.
A part of it will be jumping on a bike and riding up and over the hill from where I live, and just doing that. It's part of punishment.
Jared Ruffhead's only been at the Hawks helm for 2 months, but has already had the awkward task of disciplining his predecessor, Luke Hodge, for skipping training.
When someone stuffs up, whether it be Hodgie or whether it be Player 44, you've got to cut the head off and deal with it how we dealt with it.
Ruffhead will lead the Hawks onto this very ground in just 9 days after his roller coaster 12-month battle with skin cancer.
I think it'll be emotional. I mean, this is, it is a little bit about me, but I don't really want it about that either.
His fellow captains can't see the Hawks playing on the last Saturday in September, with 14 believing this could be the Giants' year. 5 skippers are confident Patrick Dangerfield will claim back-to-back Brownlows, with support too for Marcus Bontempelli and Tiger Dustin Martin. There was no love for Richmond and Collingwood's quest to return to the top 8. Jared Geary's Saints are the predicted bolters, with 11 captains picking the Saints to play finals.
Yeah, that's nice of them to say that.
But that was the last of the niceties. Now to get down to business. Corey Norris, 9 News.
Now looking ahead to more sport, Tony Jones.
Thanks, Pete. Good evening. Coming up tonight, the AFL boss and the prospect of a twilight grand final. The season hasn't started, but already there's been some needling for the coaches. Chris Scott is bracing for a season that really is one out of the box.
Yeah, the most open season I've ever been involved with as a player or coach.
Smith wins the toss, but what was Warner thinking with this full toss? We'll head live to Amy Park, where Billy